and open up your GitHub account. Make sure you have the GitHub account. And here click on new repository. You can give the name. So here I'll give the name as personal productivity assistant. I'll keep it as public repo. Okay. And add readme file. Git ignore wise, I'll be taking Python. License wise, let's take the MIT license. I think everything is fine. Let's create the repo right now. Okay. So once it is done, let's click on the code, copy the link address, open up your local folder. So this is my local folder. So here I'm going to open up my terminal. Now let's clone the repo. So git clone. Let's paste the link. So it will clone the repo. Now I need to go inside that. So cd personal productivity assistant. Okay. Now I'm inside this folder. Now here I'm going to open up my Visual Code Studio. You can also use PyCharm, Sublime Text. It's up to you. So the first thing, guys, what we have to do the environment setup and requirement installation. For this, let's write the command in the README file. So I already prepared the command. What are the command you have to execute? Yeah, so let me just mention it here. So you can see, first of all, you have to clone my repository. Then after that, you have to create the environment. This is the command conda create -m agent tab Python is equal to 3.12-y. So here we'll be using 3.12 Python version. Then after that, you have to activate the environment. Then you have to install the requirements. Okay. Now you can ask me what is the requirement file. I'll try to create the requirement file. No need to worry. Then once it is done, all the setup is done. Then you have to execute the endpoint, which is nothing but your app.py. But as of now, we haven't created the app.py. You can ignore this part. So these are the command, guys, you have to execute. So for me, I already created the environment. So I'm not going to execute this command. But for you, you have to execute the command. So let me activate my environment. So I'll open up my terminal. And if I just write conda activate agent tab, you can see agent has been activated. Now let's create all the folder structure one by one. So first of all, so here I'll create a file called template.py. So with the help of this template.py, we'll try to create the folder structure in automated way. So for this, I have written a Python script. Let me show you. So this is my Python script. So here I only need to modify. These are the folders and file. I think those who have seen my implementation, I follow the same template.py. I follow the same logic to create my folder structure. Okay. All right. So now let's do some modification in the file. So I don't need the project name. This thing I don't need. So instead of that, what we'll do, we'll try to update the folders and file in the list of the files. That means inside this particular list. Okay. So first of all, I need a backend folder. So here, what I will do, here I'll just write a backend folder. Backend folder. Okay. And inside backend, I'll create two files. One is the ingestdata.py. So let me delete all the file. Params I don't need. Main I also don't need. And the if string is not required. I can also remove it. Yeah. Requirement I need. Setup.py I don't need. Research I also don't need. Templates I need. Okay. Yeah. And .github I need because we'll be doing the CI/CD deployment. For this, we need this particular file. Okay. Yeah. So first of all, I'll be creating a ingestdata.py file in the backend folder. And I'm also going to create another file called model.py. Okay. Then after that, we'll try to create a static folder here. So let me just write here. I'll name it as static. Okay. Inside static, I'll create a app.js file. Then we'll create another file called style.css. Style.css. Okay. Then what we'll do, a template I think I already created, index.html, because if you're using Flask, I think you know that you have to create the templates file. Inside that you have to create the index.html. Okay, that is what we are doing. Then we'll be creating a .env file here. .env. Then apart from that, I need a Docker file. Docker file. Then requirement.txt and template. Okay, yeah. So yes, these are the files and folder I need. If you need anything later on, I'll try to create. Now try to save, and this is the logic. So first of all, I'm looping through the list. Then I'm actually converting to the path, because here we are using Windows machine, and Windows use backward slash. And if you want to convert it to a backward slash, you have to use the path library. Okay, it will automatically detect your operating system. Based on that, it will convert that part. Then I'm separating out my folder, file directory and file name. So you can see this is the file directory and this is the file name. And with the help of path.split, actually we are doing that. So folder directory will be stored in the file directory, and file name will store in the file name. Then after that, first of all, I'm creating the file directory. Okay, with the help of os.make directories. Okay, this is the code. Then after that, we are creating the files. You can see I'm opening the files and we are creating that empty file. And then if anything is exist, I'm logging the information. This file is already exist. Okay, and for this we are using login module. So now let's execute the file. So what I will do, I will execute my template.py. Now see, there is nothing right now. And if I execute this file, okay, this template.py, automatically the folder structure would be created. So template.py. Now guys, see, left hand side, automatically the folder structure has been created. Okay, so that's why I use this particular approach. Now let's say in future you want to create another file. Let's say you want to create test.py. Simply just try to add and execute it. See, automatically this would be created. Okay, you don't need to manually create it. Otherwise, what we have to do, we have to use this icon and we have to create it manually. First of all, this folder we have to create, then inside that we have to create, these are the files. Okay, so it's a like hard to create. Okay, it will take lots of time, so we are not going to follow that approach. Okay, so that's why we have followed the template.py approach. Now this is created. Now what I will do, I'll try to commit this code to my GitHub. So for this, let's clear my terminal. Now I'll just write git add. Now git commit. So you have to write a commit message, type a name. So I'll just write folder structure, add it, then git push origin main. Okay, because this is the main branch, you can check here. The repository we have created, it is under main branch. Now let's see. I'll try to commit the code. Sorry, push the code. Now see, push is done. Now if I come here and if I refresh, now see, all the folders and file has been committed to my GitHub. Okay, and I also admitted a readme file. So anyone can come here and they can copy paste the command and they can execute my application. Okay, now the next thing, we'll try to set up the requirements. Okay, now how to set up the requirements? Let's open up the requirement.txt, and inside that I'll mention all of the requirements you need for this particular project. So the first requirement, you need the Flask, then you need the Flask codes, then you need LangChain is equal to 0.1.20. Okay, this is the specific version we'll be using. Then we need OpenAI. Okay, OpenAI is equal to I need 0.28.0. Okay, this version we'll be using. Then I need ChromaDB. So ChromaDB is equal to, I'll be using 0.4.24. So now you can ask me why we are using this version, because I have implemented the project with this particular version, and I'm mentioning the specific version because after 1 month there is a possibility this package will get updated and we will face the dependency issue. That's why we are using the same version, the version I've used to implement the project. Okay, it's a good practice. Always try to mention the version, the package you are using, because GenAI is the frequent update industry. So every day they are doing new changes in the package. So the project you are running today, there is a possibility this project might not run tomorrow. So that's why it's super important. Then I need python.env. Then I need gdown for the Google Drive. Okay, if I want to download anything from the Google Drive, I need these are the package. Okay, now how to install? So this is the command I mentioned. Now let's open up your terminal. Let's clear it, and I'll install the requirement. So for me it is already satisfied because previously I already installed. but for you it will take some time. See, it's completed. Okay, now let's again commit. So if you want to commit, you can also commit from the VS Code. So you can give the message here, let's say requirements added, requirements added, just a minute, added, then click on commit. And if you're doing for the first time, it will ask for the authentication with your GitHub. Just try to authenticate and try to commit. It's done. Okay, now if I get back to my GitHub, refresh, now see, this is my second commit. Okay, requirements added. All right guys, so everything is ready. Now we can start the development right now. Okay,